Okay, we're at the very beginning here. I'm going to try to go through some MQTT quirkiness, or actually, it's not quirkiness. It actually works really well once you wrap your head around it. All three terminal windows that you see here are on a friend's machine in Ohio. Uh, Now, I have three different terminals open because I kind of want this to be segregated and separated in your head the way this works. So on the far right, on the dark terminal window, we're going to subscribe to an MQTT topic named 1999-connect. Now, when it subscribes, it's going to notify any changes are going to show up on this right screen, but it's also going to split that and tee it over to a text file. So when an MQTT subject is published, it's going to show on this screen on the right, and then it's also going to print to the file of 1999.txt. And then it's going to actually, I got too much information on the screen there. It's not useful to be running double commands. There was no need for that. That was a mistake on my part. So simplify it a bit. That's what's going to happen, is it's going to split it and show it on the screen, and it's going to write it to a text file. The red screen down here is going to tail that text file and read the final line on that text file continuously. So as it changes, you're going to see that red screen light up showing that there's been changes made to that text file. So it's monitoring the text file. Now the green screen is where I'm going to issue the MQTT message. So I'm going to write MQTT publish to the topic of 1999-connect, and then the message is going to be the word on. All right. So the way this works, that was a 2-minute explanation, and now we'll find the quirkiness here. So first we'll start with monitoring that text file, and there's nothing in the text file. Now we're going to go over here and start subscribing to the MQTT messaging, and there's still nothing in the text file even though we've subscribed because nothing's been published to it. Now we're going to go up to the green screen and we're going to publish the word on to that topic, that MQTT topic, which will in turn write it to the text file, which in turn will show up on both the black and the red screens. Now we're going to go back and change the word to off. Now, okay, so it's changing. So we can see it's publishing, and it publishes the changes, right? Now, here's the issue with MQTT, one of the issues, and this is why it's so important to have a retain flag on services that you wish to retain services on. Because, say for example, say this is controlling a relay, and it's meant to be a cooling fan, and it's meant to be running. So it's set to the on mode. Now, if we reset the server, for example, and we stop subscribing to this, okay, we've stopped subscribing. Now the text file down here is still showing on, but when the server reboots and it reloads the script, here we go to reload the script, and it just rewrote. You see the file was truncated. It just rewrote the entire file. In fact, we can do, up in the green screen, we'll show you. We'll read that file. It was 1999.txt. The server rebooted, and when that script on the far right screen loaded up, it rewrote the script. It rewrote the text file. The text file is now empty. So that fan that he had on a relay has been off, which means such and such device has probably overheated and caused damage. So it's important that this should have been set to a flag of remember or retain, because all this time that this server's been offline, nothing's been happening. So the text file, as soon as the server comes back on, it rewrites the text file to be blank. So that is a major issue. So here's how we remedy this. What we should have done, now we are subscribed, so I'm going to go ahead and push off, and now we're off. And we'll run it back to on. Everything's working like it should again. But we know the hiccup is going to come when the server gets its reboot, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to change that message to an on with a retain tag or flag. If it has a retain flag, it's going to remain in the host. Now, I haven't yet set this, so I'm going to unsubscribe or cancel the script that's subscribing. Okay, nothing subscribed to. Now, we're going to go ahead and turn it on again to show you that it rewrites the file again like we've seen. And the file is blank. As you can see down here, that it's saying it's truncated, it's blank. So we're going to unsubscribe again just to prove. So the file is currently rewritten and it's blank. Now, we are not subscribed, so whatever is sent from this green screen is going to the MQTT broker, the server. And because that -R flag is on to retain the message, that means that the broker is going to hold that message as the most recent message it has. So we want to turn that relay on to keep that cooling system on. We're going to go ahead and click that button, and it sent the message. Now, obviously, there's nothing down here in the text file because nothing's been written to the text file. We'll go ahead and cat that up here and show you. What was it, 1999? See, there's nothing in that file at all. Now, when we go over here and we subscribe to that, we should see an update. It's going to grab the most recent message that the broker, that the server is holding on retain. So it's going to load up a message. Even though no recent message has been published, the most recently published message with the retain flag is that on that's located right here. So when we hit the enter button to subscribe, we should see an update. And there it is. So as soon as the server reboots, it knows that the retain message was set to on. I guess that covers it. I mean, I can sit here and play and flip switches, but you guys understand this is how it works. So the retain flag is super important if you're running critical applications that need to have a mode permanently set, or you know, the cooling fan is a good example. You know, that fan needs to be able to come on its own. So 7 minutes, that's long enough. The way this script is going to finish out here is, as you can see, we're tailing the final lines on that text file. The way this script is going to be set up is it's going to be monitoring MQTT. It will not be monitoring MQTT itself, but it's going to be monitoring a text file. And when it sees changes on the text file, it's going to run another script. So we're not really monitoring MQTT. We're using MQTT as a flip switch, essentially. It's not going to be actually controlling the system or any part of the system. It's just a switch is all it is. The scripts that are in the system are going to be controlled by other settings elsewhere, but MQTT will be able to rewrite the parameters of each command based on a text file. So that's it. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Hope you learned something. I did.